before your feet hit the floor, before your phone buzzes, before the world demands anything from you. Pray. Good morning, everyone. I want you to imagine starting your day like this. The alarm rings, the day's tasks crowd your mind, and before you can even think clearly, stress and decisions begin to pull you in every direction. Now imagine if, instead, your first action was a prayer, quiet, intentional, and full of faith. Today I want to show you why praying first before you start your day is not just a habit, it's a life-changing practice. We will explore 3 powerful reasons why beginning your day with prayer can transform your life. Before your feet hit the floor, before your phone buzzes, before the world demands anything from you. Pray. These are the first words you should carry in your mind every morning because the first moments of your day set the tone for everything that follows. Life is fast, relentless, and often overwhelming. From the moment we wake up, we are pulled in multiple directions. Work demands, family responsibilities, social obligations, personal goals. Without intention, we react to life instead of shaping it, letting stress, fear, and uncertainty dictate how our day unfolds. But when you start your day with prayer, everything changes. It is a powerful practice that aligns your mind, strengthens your purpose, and equips you to face the day with clarity, peace, and confidence. Starting the day with prayer is like performing a spiritual warm-up. Just as athletes stretch, visualize, and mentally prepare before a game, prayer prepares your soul for the challenges ahead. Athletes don't walk into a game cold. They spend time focusing, centering themselves, and visualizing success. In the same way, prayer focuses your mind, calms your heart, and reminds you of what truly matters. It sets the foundation for every thought, every action, and every interaction you will have throughout the day. When you pray first, you consciously pause and align your intentions. You tell yourself, I am not alone. I am guided. My actions today have meaning. Think about how often we let our mornings dictate our mindset rather than shaping them. Many people wake up, immediately check their phones, scroll through news feeds, or respond to emails, allowing external chaos to invade their minds before they even have a moment to breathe. Anxiety, fear, and distraction take root, and the day begins on a note of stress and reactivity. But when prayer comes first, you reclaim control over your morning. You create a sacred pause, a moment of stillness and focus that centers your mind on purpose and direction rather than panic and reaction. Imagine waking up every morning with a sense of peace instead of anxiety. Imagine starting each day confident that you are guided, that your actions are meaningful, and that no matter what challenges arise, you are not facing them alone. Prayer aligns your mind and heart in a way that nothing else can. It shifts your perspective from survival to intention, from chaos to clarity. When your mind is aligned, your decisions become deliberate, your interactions become compassionate, and your approach to challenges becomes calm and confident. Consider the story of a young woman named Maria. Maria was a busy mother and a corporate professional. Her mornings were chaotic, waking early to get her children ready, rushing to meetings, juggling deadlines, and feeling like she was always one step behind. One day, she decided to spend just 5 minutes in prayer before she started her day. She didn't realize how transformative it would be. Those 5 minutes allowed her to set intentions, release her worries, and focus on what truly mattered. Over time, she noticed a change not just in her mindset, but in the way her family interacted with her, how she approached her work, and how she responded to stressful situations. A simple practice of starting with prayer helped her reclaim her mornings and gave her a sense of peace she had never experienced before. Prayer also gives your mind the clarity to face challenges with purpose rather than panic. Life is full of unexpected twists, sudden deadlines, difficult conversations, and unforeseen obstacles. When you are spiritually centered, these challenges do not overwhelm you. Instead, you face them with calmness, wisdom, and resilience. Your prayer becomes a reminder of your strength and the guidance available to you. It transforms your mind from a place of fear into a place of faith. Even on days when everything seems to go wrong, prayer sets a steady foundation. Imagine waking up knowing that, no matter what happens, you have already connected with a higher power, set your intentions, and prepared your heart to respond rather than react. That alone changes your energy, your focus, and your attitude. When you pray first, stress loses its grip, anxiety loses its voice, and clarity becomes your companion. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. Instead, you are empowered to navigate them with wisdom and grace. Let us think about children for a moment. Children are natural examples of living in alignment with intention and gratitude. They wake up with curiosity, wonder, and openness. As adults, we often lose that simplicity. Prayer is a way to reconnect with that childlike clarity. It's a moment to reset, to remind ourselves of who we are, what we value, and why we exist. It allows us to step into our day consciously, rather than unconsciously reacting to a stream of demands and distractions. Moreover, prayer is not just a solitary practice. It shapes your relationships and interactions throughout the day. When you start your day in a state of calm, gratitude, and alignment, that energy extends to everyone around you. Your spouse, your children, your colleagues, and even strangers you encounter feel the difference. A day begun with prayer radiates patience, kindness, and understanding. Decisions made from a centered, prayerful mindset are thoughtful and compassionate. Your day becomes less about surviving and more about thriving, less about reacting and more about responding with intention. There are countless stories of people whose lives were transformed simply by starting their day with prayer. Leaders who face high-pressure decisions, parents juggling family and career, students preparing for exams, all report that when prayer comes first, their focus sharpens, their fear diminishes, and their sense of purpose becomes clearer. This is not just anecdotal. Studies on mindfulness and meditation show that reflective practices in the morning reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance decision-making. Prayer, in this sense, functions in the same powerful way, offering mental clarity while grounding the soul. Think about the ripple effect. One prayer in the morning can influence how you handle meetings, conversations, challenges, and even setbacks. It can shift the tone of your entire day, turning frustration into patience, confusion into clarity, and fear into faith. The small act of taking time to pray first is deceptively simple, yet its impact is monumental. Starting your day with prayer also strengthens resilience. Life does not wait for you to be ready. Challenges arise, mistakes happen, opportunities knock unexpectedly, and obstacles appear without warning. When your mind and heart are aligned through prayer, you meet these events not with panic, but with preparedness and strength. Prayer reminds you that you are not alone, that your efforts have purpose, and that even setbacks are part of a bigger plan. It transforms ordinary mornings into a foundation for extraordinary days. Ultimately, starting your day with prayer is a declaration. It is a statement that you value your spiritual health as much as your physical and mental well-being. It says, "I will not allow chaos to dictate my day. I will begin in peace, clarity, and purpose." It is a choice, a simple, daily choice, that has the power to reshape your life. Those first moments of prayer create a mindset that carries through your work, your relationships, your challenges, and your joys. It is the anchor that keeps you steady in the storm, and the compass that guides you when the path seems unclear. Prayer aligns your mind, strengthens your purpose, and prepares you to live intentionally. It is a small habit with extraordinary consequences. So tomorrow morning, before the world demands your attention, before your worries take hold, before distractions pull you in every direction, pause, pray, Align your mind, center your heart, and step into your day with intention, faith, and clarity. That one simple act can transform not only your morning, but your entire life. Praying first isn't just a ritual or a routine. It is a shield, a compass, and a source of strength that prepares you to face the unknown. Life is unpredictable. No matter how much we plan, every day brings challenges, unexpected twists, and moments that test our patience, courage, and wisdom. Some days are full of small irritations, like traffic jams, forgotten errands, or miscommunications at work, while others are laden with weighty decisions, high-stakes opportunities, or unforeseen crises. Without spiritual grounding, without a moment to pause and connect with a higher power, these challenges can overwhelm us. Stress creeps in, fear takes root, and our minds become clouded with doubt. But prayer, when it becomes the first act of the day, creates a protective layer around your mind and heart. It is the invisible armor that allows you to step into uncertainty with confidence, composure, and clarity. I remember a friend of mine, let's call him James. James was preparing for one of the most important meetings of his career. The kind of meeting where the outcomes could either catapult him into a new level of success or leave him questioning his abilities. That morning, as he sat at the edge of his bed with the world still quiet around him, he chose to spend just 5 minutes in prayer. He asked for calm, clarity, and wisdom to navigate the discussions he knew would be tense. He did not know how the meeting would unfold, and he could not control every factor that would come into play. But in those few minutes of prayer, he found something remarkable, a sense of grounding that he had never experienced before a high-pressure situation. During the meeting, tensions rose as they inevitably do. Difficult questions were asked, challenging scenarios presented, and critical decisions had to be made under pressure. James felt a calmness in the midst of chaos. He noticed himself listening more attentively, responding more thoughtfully, and making decisions with clarity rather than panic. The sense of guidance he had sought in his morning prayer seemed to accompany him throughout the entire meeting. By the end of the day, not only had he navigated the situation successfully, but he also walked away feeling confident and grateful. He credits that success to the simple act of beginning his day with prayer, a practice that gave him protection and guidance in the face of uncertainty. This example is not unique. Across time and cultures, people have turned to prayer in moments of uncertainty, seeking strength, clarity, and direction. Prayer acts as a guide, helping us navigate situations where our own understanding is limited. When you pray first, you acknowledge that while you cannot control every circumstance, you can prepare yourself to respond with wisdom and resilience. You create a mindset that is centered, focused, and ready for the challenges that will inevitably come. It's like tuning an instrument before a performance. Without the tuning, the music may be chaotic, out of harmony, and unbalanced. Prayer is the tuning of your mind and spirit, ensuring that whatever the day brings, you are in harmony with your purpose and your strength. Scientific research supports what countless generations have experienced intuitively. Studies on mindfulness and stress reduction show that reflective practices in the morning lead to higher focus, reduced anxiety, and improved decision-making. Individuals who begin their day with even a few minutes of reflection, meditation, or prayer are better equipped to handle stress, think clearly under pressure, and make decisions aligned with their values. Prayer works in the same way. It quiets the noise in your mind, clarifies your priorities, and creates a space where guidance can emerge. When you face challenges, whether they are professional, personal, or emotional, that guidance is what allows you to respond rather than react, to act with intention rather than impulse. Consider the difference between walking into a day unprepared versus walking into it spiritually grounded. Without prayer, it's easy to be swept away by the demands of life. One problem follows another, and before you know it, you are exhausted, anxious, and frustrated. But when you pray first, even briefly, you anchor yourself. That anchor is not a passive shield, it is an active source of protection. It strengthens your mind, steadies your heart, and sharpens your discernment. It allows you to navigate challenges with clarity, empathy, and resilience. You may still face difficulties, but you face them from a position of strength. Prayer also has a profound effect on decision-making. In moments of uncertainty, when choices are difficult or outcomes are unclear, prayer helps you pause and seek wisdom beyond your own perspective. It is a reminder that guidance is available if you are willing to open yourself to it. James I. His high-stakes meeting discovered this firsthand. He could not have foreseen every challenge or prepared for every question, but the act of seeking guidance through prayer allowed him to access a calm, clear, and focused mindset that he would not have achieved otherwise. His decisions were wiser, his responses more measured, and his ability to adapt to the unexpected was heightened. We can all relate to moments of uncertainty, the job interview that feels like it will determine the trajectory of your career, the presentation where every word counts, the personal decision that could affect relationships or future opportunities. In these moments, without prayer or reflection, fear and doubt often take over. But when prayer is the first act of your day, you step into these challenges with a shield of calm and a compass for guidance. You are reminded that you are not facing the unknown alone, that your efforts are supported, and that clarity is available even when circumstances are unclear. Prayer also protects your emotional well-being. Life's challenges are not always external. Often the greatest struggles are internal. Anxiety, self-doubt, fear, and worry can cloud judgment and steal your peace. When you pray first, you cultivate a sense of inner safety. You remind yourself that your worth is not defined by outcomes, that your efforts matter, and that even in uncertainty, you have a source of strength and guidance. This emotional protection allows you to navigate the day with resilience, grace, and confidence. The protective power of prayer extends beyond yourself. When you start your day seeking guidance and strength, the way you interact with others changes. You are more patient, more understanding, and more compassionate. Challenges with colleagues, family, or friends are met with a balanced response rather than frustration or anger. Your ability to guide, inspire, and support those around you is heightened because you begin your day grounded and centered. Every morning presents an opportunity. Each new day brings unknown variables, unexpected obstacles, and potential opportunities. Choosing to pray first is a conscious decision to face the day with protection and guidance, to equip yourself for whatever comes, and to step into life with faith rather than fear. It is a habit that transforms ordinary mornings into powerful beginnings, ensuring that no matter what challenges arise, you are prepared to meet them with clarity, composure, and purpose. When we recognize that we cannot control everything, that uncertainty is a natural part of life, prayer becomes even more essential. It is not about avoiding challenges or pretending that life is predictable. It is about preparing ourselves to navigate the unknown with strength, wisdom, and grace. It is about seeking protection for our hearts and minds, and guidance for our decisions and actions. It is about starting each day not defenseless, but armed with clarity, faith, and purpose. Even a few minutes of prayer in the morning can have ripple effects throughout your day. It strengthens your focus, reduces stress, improves decision-making, and enhances emotional resilience. It influences how you respond to challenges, how you interact with others, and how you approach opportunities. Just like James experienced, a simple moment of prayer can turn high-pressure situations into moments of calm and clarity, transforming outcomes in ways you might never have anticipated. Ultimately, prayer is both protection and guidance. It shields your mind and heart from the chaos of the day and illuminates the path ahead. By making prayer the first act of your morning, you step into life fortified, grounded, and guided, ready to face whatever comes with strength, wisdom, and peace. Prayer equips you not just to survive the day, but to thrive within it, to respond with clarity rather than react with fear, and to navigate the unknown with confidence, courage, and grace. Starting the day with prayer does more than organize your thoughts or guide your decisions. It cultivates an attitude of gratitude and fills your heart with positivity that can transform the way you see the world. Gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling, it is a lens through which life can be experienced in a deeper, richer, and more meaningful way. Too often, we wake up and immediately focus on what is wrong, what we lack, or what we fear might go wrong during the day. We grumble about traffic, deadlines, bills, or personal struggles. We allow small frustrations to dominate our mood, and by the time we step out of our homes, we carry that negativity into every interaction, conversation, and decision. Prayer, when made the first act of the day, interrupts this cycle. It shifts our attention from problems to possibilities, from scarcity to abundance, and from fear to hope. When we pray, we naturally express thanks, not just for material possessions, but for life itself, for health, for loved ones, for opportunities, and even for challenges that teach us resilience. Gratitude in prayer is an acknowledgement that life, with all its ups and downs, is a gift, and that each day is a new opportunity to grow, learn, and contribute. Even in the midst of difficulty, prayer helps us recognize what we already have, creating a mindset of abundance rather than lack. This mindset has profound effects on mental health and overall well-being. Studies in psychology consistently show that practicing gratitude reduces stress, increases happiness, improves relationships, and enhances resilience. When prayer is woven into the fabric of your mornings, gratitude is no longer an abstract concept. It becomes a lived experience, shaping your attitude, behavior, and perspective. Consider the simple contrast of two mornings. One person wakes up, immediately frustrated by the alarm, the noise of the house, the looming workload, or the mundane routines. Their energy is tense, their focus scattered, and their outlook negative. Every small inconvenience throughout the day reinforces that mindset, creating a ripple effect of frustration, impatience, and dissatisfaction. Now, imagine another person who wakes up and begins the day with prayer, thanking God for a new day, for strength to face challenges, for family and friends, and for opportunities to make a difference. Their energy is calm, centered, and positive. They approach tasks with clarity, patience, and hope. The same traffic, the same workload, and the same challenges exist, but the lens through which they experience them has completely shifted. Gratitude transforms ordinary mornings into moments of joy, resilience, and perspective. Gratitude in prayer also allows us to reframe obstacles and setbacks. Life is full of challenges, failures at work, misunderstandings with loved ones, health struggles, and unmet expectations. It is easy to view these moments with frustration or despair, but when we cultivate gratitude through prayer, we learn to see setbacks as opportunities for growth. Every challenge carries a lesson, every failure a chance to learn, and every difficulty an opportunity to become stronger and wiser. When we start the day by acknowledging what we have and expressing thanks, we approach problems with curiosity and creativity rather than fear or anxiety. Our minds become solutions-focused rather than problem-focused, and our hearts remain open rather than closed off by resentment or worry. Think about people who are considered resilient and joyful even in difficult circumstances. You will often find that they have a daily practice of reflection, prayer, or gratitude. For example, a teacher who faces the chaos of a classroom full of challenging students may begin each morning with a moment of prayer, silently thanking for the opportunity to impact young lives, for patience, and for the wisdom to handle whatever comes. That teacher approaches the day with a sense of purpose and positivity, transforming not only their own experience, but also the atmosphere around them. Students feel the difference, colleagues notice the energy, and even mundane challenges become manageable, because gratitude has reshaped the lens through which the day is viewed. Gratitude cultivated through prayer is not passive. It actively changes the way we interact with others. When we begin the day with thankfulness, we carry that energy into conversations, decisions, and actions. We become more compassionate, more patient, and more willing to listen. Our work becomes more meaningful because we notice opportunities rather than burdens. Our relationships become richer because we focus on the presence, love, and value of others instead of complaints or frustrations. The simple act of thanking God or acknowledging the blessings in your life in the morning transforms not just your mindset, but the environment you create for everyone around you. There is also a remarkable psychological effect that gratitude provides. Neuroscience shows that expressing gratitude activates brain regions associated with positive emotions and social bonding, releasing dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals responsible for happiness and well-being. When prayer is combined with gratitude, it enhances this effect, creating a positive feedback loop where the mind, body, and spirit align in harmony. This alignment allows us to experience life more fully, with joy, patience, and resilience, even in the midst of difficulties. Consider the story of a young man named Samuel. Samuel had been struggling with a demanding job, financial stress, and personal conflicts at home. Each morning, he would wake up feeling exhausted and anxious, immediately consumed by worry and negativity. One day, he decided to spend just 5 minutes in prayer before checking his phone or engaging with the world. During this prayer, he focused on gratitude, thankful for the breath in his lungs, the roof over his head, the family that cared for him, and the small joys often overlooked. Within weeks, Samuel noticed a transformation. He approached challenges with calmness, handled conflicts at work more patiently, and found a renewed sense of purpose. He attributed this change to the simple act of starting each day with prayer and gratitude, realizing that it was not the external circumstances that changed, but the way he perceived and interacted with them. Gratitude through prayer also cultivates hope. When we start the day acknowledging the blessings we have, we are reminded that life is not only about problems or struggles, it is about opportunities, growth, and connection. This shift from scarcity to abundance, from worry to hope, creates a mindset that is resilient in the face of adversity. Even small moments of prayer where we express thanks for life's simplest blessings, a new day, a meal, a smile from a loved one, can create a cascade of positivity that affects our decisions, actions, and relationships throughout the day. Furthermore, prayer and gratitude allow us to experience a sense of peace and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. The traffic may still be heavy, the deadlines may still loom, and the challenges may still arise, but the lens of gratitude transforms our experience. Instead of feeling victimized by circumstances, we feel empowered. Instead of being frustrated by obstacles, we see lessons and opportunities. Instead of being consumed by worry, we focus on appreciation, hope, and the potential for positive outcomes. Imagine starting every day with this perspective. Each morning becomes an opportunity to set the tone for the entire day, to approach life with intention, and to radiate positivity to those around you. Gratitude transforms ordinary routines into moments of reflection and joy, making the mundane feel meaningful and the challenging feel manageable. It shifts your energy from complaint to appreciation, from negativity to possibility, from fear to faith. Prayer cultivates gratitude and positivity because it reminds us that life is a gift and that we have the ability to choose how we perceive and engage with it. It gives us the power to start each day with awareness, intention, and hope. Gratitude through prayer turns ordinary mornings into transformative experiences, shaping not only our mindset but also the lives of those around us. It teaches us to see beauty in the everyday, to value relationships and opportunities, and to approach challenges with a spirit of learning and resilience. It is a daily practice that strengthens the soul, nurtures the heart, and illuminates the mind, creating a life filled with positivity, purpose, and joy.